Initially, let me say that every single credible astrophysicist believes that general relativity explains gravity. It has been proven in countless experiments in the last 100 years and has never failed yet. Putting this aside, I'm going to present to you my personal competing theory on gravity. My version is a lot more intuitive, easy to understand, even my wife gets it, and as an added bonus at the end, I'm going to explain to you how you can make your own anti-gravitational machine at home. So, let's begin. Imagine the universe is full of a special and as of yet undiscovered particle. These particles are everywhere. They travel at the speed of light, travel in all directions, and comprise of about 27% of the universe. The special property of these particles is that for the most part they pass straight through objects with no ill effect whatsoever. On very rare occasions they will be blocked by an object. If an object blocks one of these particles, the object itself will feel the force of having stopped the particle in its tracks. Now let's look at some real case scenarios. Imagine you're floating in space. Your body is being bombarded by these particles in all directions. Because the particles are hitting you equally in every direction, you feel no resultant force, and hence you feel weightless. What happens on Earth? Well, the Earth filters out particles passing through it. A man who's standing on Earth will experience far fewer particles coming up from the Earth than there are showering down on him from above. The result is an imbalance of particles. More come down from the top than come up through the bottom, so he will be pushed down onto Earth. What happens when you try and travel at the speed of light? Well, at speeds well below the speed of light, you won't notice anything strange. As you get closer and closer to the speed of light, the drag will increase exponentially. When you reach the speed of light, you will be travelling at the same speed as the particles themselves. As you approach the speed of light, you will have to overcome the maximum number of the particles hitting you from the front, with 0 particles hitting you from behind. This is the point of maximum drag. The conclusion to this is that although it's hard work to get to the speed of light, it is not a barrier. Once you push through the speed of light, the drag will not increase any further, and from that point on you can go as fast as you want without limit. Now, finally, the bit you want to hear about. How do you make a DIY anti-gravitational device at home? It's simple. Remember, the only reason we feel gravity on Earth is that there's an imbalance of particles coming up through the Earth compared to the particles showering down on us from the sky. We need to readdress this imbalance. All you need to do is to construct an extremely dense ceiling. The mass of the ceiling needs to be the same as the mass of the Earth. The new ceiling will filter out the same number of particles as the Earth does. You will experience no net result force and you will start to float. A couple of words of caution. If you make the ceiling more dense than the Earth, you will find yourself stuck to the ceiling. And also ensure that the ceiling is well supported, otherwise the risk of injury is very high.